there's loads of stuff going on outside where they can be like celebrities in their own little rights, in their own little niches as well, I imagine. Yeah.
I want to know who actually does play the instruments, you know, because I know a lot of sample-based producers, but like who out there is playing guitar and playing drums and all this other stuff on their music?
Yeah, for sure. Because I like a bit of a fusion. Like, I think with a sample, like if it makes the song better, I'm always
do it.
Yeah, always. You know, and sometimes like I just think like this is a better guitar thing than maybe I could play at the time, and it just adds to the song. But I also think that like for the most part, yeah, I'd say that most people in lo-fi probably play at least one instrument, I imagine, maybe. And I think it's kind of hard to get maybe like a full grasp of music if there's not like a fundamental musical knowledge there, maybe. But also I really appreciate sample producers as well, because I think it just takes like a lot to be able to compose something through different things and know what sounds right and what doesn't. Because I've had a lot, you know, like play things like Splice and those kind of sample websites, you know. I'll be like, oh, it's like 70 BPM, F major, whatever. And, you know, I'll hear something and I'll be like, oh, this could fit for like a low guitar part. And it just doesn't. So yes, even though if it's in the right same BPM and the same key, like you have to have an ear, I think, for what fits where, for sure.
Yeah. And when it does fit, it's like magical. It was meant to be. And even if they come from different sample packs or from different genres, even I found like I've mixed different genres when I'm doing lo-fi. Sometimes I get a sample from EDM, and I'm like,
for sure.
It just fits. And then when it fits, it's like, it was meant to be.
Definitely. Like I actually put a sample on a song that's not out yet, but like coming out in May. And it's this little like kind of retro, like Latin kind of style thing that just works. Like it's not in the rest of the song, it's just right at the start, and then it kind of drops in, and it just like totally adds to it. Like it's kind of like an overall like a live sounding like band. It's not just one particular sample, it's maybe just like 4-8 bars at the start of the song, and like I think without it just wouldn't have the same effect, or like the same, like it wouldn't grasp your attention as much as it would if I just went straight into the track. Like I think it be really good when you find something right. Like it's like, yes.
I feel that.
Yeah. And I like those kind of intros where the intro is like a completely different song, and then it just drops into the beat. That itself, like I think it gives it a lot of identity to the song. Like it's that song when it's coming out, and it's gonna change. It's like you can recognize it instantly. Like I was looking at the video the other day that Pharrell, he does like the 4-bar thing. So there's always like a dun 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 dun.
I saw that.
Oh yeah,
I never noticed that, and I was like, wow.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Wow, because I'm just thinking about like Happy, like the or even like Blur. Like, it all
Blur, like that's the one that I recognize. Like dun dun dun. And it goes like, wow.
And that was on TikTok, of course.
I saw this guy is like a guy that just talks about samples and who sampled who, and then like all the different samples, and you find like not only it was like the original, not only the latest song that it was like released by this A-lister was sampled by this guy, but this guy also sampled it from other guys. So it was like 20, 30 years of sampling.
I think there are definitely songs like that where you don't. It's Begging, like that's like a age-old song. Like I think it's like a song from like the 30s, the 40s, something like that, and then it's been sampled in the song, like the one that I can't remember who did it, but the one who blew up in like 2009ish, and then it was sampled by that like Italian band, Maneskin, and that blew up on TikTok. It's like age-old samples. It's crazy how you can flip them.
What was the other one? Tom's Diner is really coming back, which is so funny because I remember that song from, what was it? Like, was it 2000? popular then. But either way, like it's such an old song, and not all of a sudden it's like all these Gen Z kids are like, oh my god, I love this song. I was like, no, you've never heard the original.
Have you listened to? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, sorry. Yeah, I was just responding to that.
Have you listened to the to Daft Punk's Around the World? Like they repitched it, and they like it's faster now.
Oh
so
yeah,
it's almost I mean, you can recognize it, but it's like the new people who don't know anything about Daft Punk or they haven't heard this song, they're gonna think that that's the original song.
Yeah,
and it's like
so
no, you have to listen. And then I wonder if their minds are gonna explode when they discover Daft Punk after listening to that.
Oh, I'm sure.
I also think that if like the people that hear the sped it one first, because I always see that like a TikTok, because it's always like somebody spinning around, and
of course,
I don't think it's a trend. But I actually think if that's the first one they heard, if they listen to the original one, they probably wouldn't like it as much.
Yeah, that's my fear.
I know. Because you always kind of, I don't know, like the first version of that song you hear, I tend to find is the one that you like the most. It's just like, it's the original kind of thing. And that in that case, I think that's definitely true. Like, you know, I do think the original is better, but I do think there will be a ton of like teenagers that listen to that song first, like now, the original one, and they're like, why is it not on TikTok?
Yeah.